Thank you very much. I really appreciate being asked to be here today. Um, in 2008, I was working for Davenport Schools. I'd only been there for a couple of years, and after the legislation was passed in Iowa in 2007, the anti-bullying legislation, I became what I later learned was called annoying to administrators in our district because I was persistent in implementing an anti-bullying program. Because you see, even though people know that bullying happens and that educators know it happens, it seems to be sometimes that thing that we push aside. It's not easy to address. It's difficult, as a matter of fact, especially at a systemic level. So now here we are in 2012, and Davenport Schools has implemented the Olweus anti-bullying program in all 30 of our buildings, K-12. It was a very interesting process to do, and not every building is implementing at the same level. We have various levels of implementation, and that is evidenced by how schools respond to bullying. That's probably the best way to look at it, and also by our survey data, which we do survey on an annual basis. I have three points that I'd like to address specifically today. One, dealing with bullying is a complicated process. Two, zero tolerance is not effective. And three, to truly address bullying in schools, we must include proper training and ongoing support to teachers, administrators, and others who work with children. And I think we've heard that from Penny as well. In talking about the Olweus anti-bullying program, which I'm just going to refer to it as Olweus now, it's not a curriculum. It's not a lesson that's taught in a classroom. It's a whole school approach. It's systems change. And it's looking at systems change from 4 different levels, that being school-wide, in the classroom, on an individual level, and at the community level. At the core of Olweus, there are 4 anti-bullying rules. I refer to them as the speed limit. Just because the speed limit is posted doesn't mean you're going to follow it, but boy, when you see the police officer in his car, you slow down. So I refer to the rules as the speed limit in our districts. 1, we will not bully others. 2, we will help others who are bullied. 3, we will include those who are easily left out. And 4, when we know someone's being bullied, we'll tell an adult at school and an adult at home and expect them to do something about it. In Davenport, we post those rules throughout the school and in every classroom. They're even posted at our football stadium and around local areas where students that attend our schools also go in the community and participate in youth events. Our community is very engaged in our anti-bullying program. We share this information with parents on how we're going to handle bullying in our schools. We give it to them at conferences, in newsletters. It's on our website. We survey our students on an annual basis, and that information is reviewed and then put together in a trend report so that parents, teachers, and students can see how we're doing in the area of bullying prevention. I can say that since we implemented, our first implementation school was 2008, we have seen a decrease in the number of bullying incidents that are in the number of students who are reporting being bullied. We see an increase in the number of incidents being reported, which we wanted to see. We want students to report it when it's happening. We've seen an increase in students reporting that adults intervene when they see bullying, and we've also seen an increase in the number of students who intervene and try to support their peers when they're being bullied. Davenport also started the Be Bully Smart campaign, and that is a grassroots community awareness campaign on bullying that we have engaged our police department, our Park and Recs department, Big Brothers Big Sisters. We've trained their staff, and then they in turn are able to endorse and support our program in anti-bullying in the community. Zero tolerance is not effective. And I want to read here that the definition of zero tolerance is that it's usually bringing the maximum punishment for every transgression. And the best approach to managing consequences for bullying situations, which is what I deal with on a regular basis, is to have someone who's well-trained in best practices address the situation by thoughtfully discussing the incident and issuing appropriate progressive consequences that fit the circumstance and severity of the bullying. Consequences, especially in bullying situations, should teach, not destroy. And finally, to address bullying in schools, we do need to provide training. We need to be able to accurately identify bullying, and I've heard the definition, and Penny brought up the definition from Dr. Dan Olveus. Our goal is to ensure that students are safe if they experience bullying. This can include parent conferences, safety plans, changes to schedules, one-to-one supervision. We do whatever we can to make sure students are safe, because the reality is bullying is never going to go away. We need to do prevention efforts to reduce it, and then we need to be able to reduce the negative impact on students. And I want to make a final statement regarding our LGBT population, and that I believe that it is critical that we have gay-straight alliances in every middle and high school. I would like to see that happen. I'd like to see it happen in Iowa, and I would like to see it happen on a national basis, because gay-straight alliances have the same goals that Olveus has, and that's to create safe environments in schools, to educate the school community about homophobia, transphobia, gender identity, and other sexual-oriented issues, and then fight discrimination, harassment, and violence in schools. I believe that when a student enters secondary school, middle school, and high school, that a GSA should have the same importance as French Club, the debate team, the football team, or any other school group that exists. It should have the same recognition and the same value. Thank you.